Contemplative Outreach Welcoming Prayer Team. And my hope for today is that this short time that we're together, that we provide the space and the stillness for practicing the welcoming prayer, and to be able to integrate it into the ordinary activities of our daily life. So I love that we've been practicing coming together for the past month and doing this practice together as a community. It's really been helpful to me in my practice. And I really can't imagine that any of us not being affected by the times that we're in and the changes, whatever those changes are in your world, that have happened. It seems like there's so much uncertainty right now. Plus, for me, there's more time to think.
As we wait for Dave, this is Mary Dwyer. We'll just invite each one to settle in to your body, trusting that Dave will be back. As someone has said, the internet is giving us more chance to practice these days than anything. So a few deep breaths as you move into your body. Allowing your breath to fully inflate the physical being. Again, my name is Mary, and until our leader today, Dave Dierig, rejoins us, let's begin in prayer. In the name of the Creator, and the Redeemer, and the Sanctifier, we come before you, O divine breath. Strengthen our consent to be all you created us to be. In this moment, in the midst of the ordinary circumstances of our life, whatever they may be. If you're not on mute, please make sure your computer is on mute.
Oh.
And as we wait for Dave, we'll return to the practice itself. The three simple moments of welcoming. As we notice any sensation in our body, we feel into it, breathe into it, lean into it. Interiorly, we say, welcome. welcome, welcome. A radical step in trust that whatever we're experiencing in this moment, God is present in and to and with. And then we had claim, I let go of my desire for security, affection, control, and embrace this moment as it is. Welcome. So before we move more deeply into the practice itself, many of you may have been on Cynthia Bourgeau's recent awesome gathering and heard her speak of the welcoming prayer as a movement into witnessing. She made the statement that the prayer's catalyst is noticing and welcoming in acceptance, in true surrender, so that by the time we get to our letting go statement, it's really the breakthrough has already begun. So allow yourself to notice any sensation in your physical being in this moment. Without judgment, without analysis. Where are you being called? Allow your full attention to sink into and feel into whatever is presenting and manifesting in your physical being in this moment. Welcome. Welcome. I let go of my desire for security, affection, control. And embrace this moment as it is. Welcome. Welcome. The energy moves within you. Allow yourself to move right with it. Welcome. This moment. Nothing more. Nothing less. Nothing else. Welcome. Dave, are you back? Wait, let's unmute.
I am, just lost connection. Are you taking over?
I stepped in, but we'd love to hear from you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we did one practice, Dave, but that's it.
Okay, okay, good. Um, yeah, I apologize, but one thing that we'll go through another practice, just to kind of catch my thought of where I was before, is I was telling you about these fears that come up in me, and lately that's been where my practice is noticing these distractions that take place, not necessarily the thousand forms of fear, but the distractions like I'm hungry, or even when I'm not hungry, or I need more of something. And that's kind of been where my practice has been in trying not to avoid these realities are taking place. And even uh, the what just happened like really rattled me, and I'm so how can I fix this, and just being able to sink in, notice where that's happening in my body, and allow it to happen, not try to change anything, not try to fix anything, just makes me so much more calm and able to live life the way I want to live it. So one thing I wanted to mention that Cherry Hastings said last time when she was leading the practice is that the prayer begins when we begin noticing the body. That's been such an important thing for me, is being able to notice the body. And I think it's so impactful to hear that's when the prayer begins. It doesn't begin by analyzing what just happened, or it's really being able to sink into my body. In fact, trying to analyze it usually sends me in the wrong direction. So we already had one practice. We'll go through another practice. But first, I wanted to ask that you would just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths and settle in. I know I can use this. And as you breathe, on the in breath, you can say acceptance. On the out breath, surrender, acceptance, surrender. Just breathe a few times, deep breaths. I'll read a little opening prayer from Open Mind, Open Heart from the chapter of meditation. We are totally present now with our whole being, in complete openness, in deep prayer. The past and present, time itself are forgotten. We are here in the presence of the ultimate mystery. Like the air we breathe, this divine presence is all around us and within us, distinct from us, but never separate. We may sense this presence drawing us from within, as if touching our spirit and embracing it, or carrying us beyond ourselves into pure awareness. We surrender. So we'll continue by beginning to be fully present in this moment, where we are seated in your body at this moment. We'll use a flashlight. We can use the intuitive eye to guide you through your body. We'll start at the top of your head, just noticing around your temple, your scalp. Notice your eyes, your nose, your mouth or jaws. Often my jaws tighten up. We'll move to the next room, our throat area. We notice the breathing coming up, the back of our neck. We move down, we notice the shoulder area, any tension there. We move down our shoulders to our arms, to our elbows, our wrists, our hands. Notice our fingers. Are we clenching? Sometimes I notice a sensation running down my arms and there be energy around my hands, so we can just notice that. Next, we'll go to our backs. Notice any tension there, our lower backs. To our buttocks, any tightness where we're sitting. We'll take our light to our chest area and move to our stomach. There often seems to be emotions that settle into our gut. Just notice. Go down to our groin area. Remember, we just notice and sink into whatever we find along the way. We move further down through our hips, our thighs, quads, our knees, our calves, ankles, and finally, but not least, to our feet. We notice our toes. Are they curled or clenched? Is there some tension that might be calling you? If so, just keep noticing that part of your body. We feel it and sink into it like a warm jacuzzi. We're not trying to change anything. We're just going to stay with it, sink into it, and welcome it. Welcome, welcome. So our first movement was to feel, to focus, feel, and sink into what you're experiencing in your body. And we welcome that. Welcome what you're experiencing this moment in your body as an opportunity to consent to the divine indwelling. And then finally, the third movement, we let go by saying the following sentence. I let go of my desire for security, affection, control, and embrace this moment as it is. I'd like you to recall a place in your body where you notice some tension or sensation or some emotion that you noticed from the last scan or even from some past event that's impacted you. We're not going to think about it or replay the tape in our head. We're just going to sink into it and feel the place in your body. Just be fully present to it. as you would lovingly care for someone. That's how we approach this. Remember, we're not trying to change anything. We're just consenting to the divine activity within. So focus, feel, and sink into that place in your body. Just focus, sink in, and feel it. And then we begin to welcome, say the word welcome to ourselves. Welcome, as if we're consenting to God's presence and action within. Welcome what you're experiencing this moment in your body. It's an opportunity to consent to God's indwelling. And then finally, the third movement, we let go by saying the following sentence. I let go of my desire for security, affection, control, and embrace this moment as it is. Remember, there's not a thought, feeling, or emotion that does not have a corresponding body sensation. I'm going to read a poem by Mary Oliver. And the reason I resonate with this poem and think it's relevant to what we're doing here with the welcoming prayer is that the welcoming prayer is really like learning a new language. It's like having a different operating system on our computer. And we have to quit using our go-to mode of operating with our old system, because we tend to think that the conceptual mind is all there is. You know, we're so mind-oriented in Western culture, thinking that, you know, we got to analyze everything and everything is perceived through our mind. But we're learning with the welcoming prayer about the wisdom in our body. And in this poem, it's called When I Am Among the Trees. Mary Oliver is talking about the wisdom in nature. And so I think they really do go hand in hand. When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech and the oaks and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say they save me and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me, the trees stir with their leaves and call out, "Stay a while." The light flows from their branches. And they call again, "It's simple," they say. And you too have come into this world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light and to shine. You can open your eyes and come back to ordinary awareness. Um, Thank you, everyone. It was so helpful to be with you all. And when a curveball comes my way, they have a loving community um, to be with. So I thank you all for that. I wanted to mention that this Thursday, there'll be another welcoming prayer session in the John Main Meditation Chapel at 8 p.m. We'd love to hear from you on the Contemplative Outreach website. Any comments or ideas that you want to pass along or questions, that's a great place to do that. Also remind you that there's a CLP booklet on the welcoming prayer practice, consent on the go. That's highly recommended. It's a 40-day course. If anybody's new to the welcoming prayer, or even if you just want to review, that's a great place. So blessings everybody on your day, and thank you again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dave. You were wonderful.
Thank you, Dave.